So the Mike, initial reaction to today, then a win over Barrow.
Just super happy with the result. It's really important for us that we just kind of stayed in touch. Which witness of one today, and that gap couldn't stretch to 6 points realistically. So we're still in there. That was always going to be a really tough game. Just happy. It looks like we've come through okay, body wise, and we got the 2 points.
I mean, then the story of the game. Then it felt that kind of we were dominating early on and didn't make that pressure pay, and were punished for that behind it at the break. But they were scoreless in the second half, and we won the game overall. So yeah, what did you make of the pattern today of the 80 minutes?
Exactly that. I thought we were absolutely dominant in the game. I thought we dominated field position. All our stats tell us that we dominated field position. Our physicality was excellent. Our line speed was even better. Really restricted their meters. They get down in our end a couple of times and come up with 2 kicks that we don't protect our catches well enough on, which was really, really naive and poor for us. Just that split second clock off, and we're 10 points down. So in terms of us with the ball, I thought we weren't amazing in attack, but we've had some adjustments in there this week with Lukey going down and Alex Walker back to fullback. So it was always going to be a little bit clunky. But I thought they defended us really well, Jake. I thought they were excellent. They defended us hitting short leads. They defended us out the back. I thought they were pretty good, and that was that really. So they shot down that end, and they nabbed 2 tries on the other end, and before you know it, you're 10 points down. So it was a difficult half-time talk really, because I was pretty happy with them for large parts. Not happy. There's some poor errors in there. We got done for someone having a mouth off at the referee when we were on their line, and we got done for an incorrect play. The ball coming at yard. So a couple of bits like that we're disappointed with, but other than that, I just thought we needed calm heads really, just to get back onto the plan.
Yeah, and particularly then in the second half, we were leading by 2 points as the game kind of creeped towards the end. It's kind of nervy. You've got really kind of concentrate, and the boys did that, defended well, and not only that, they scored again late at the end of the game.
Yeah, and again, we come up with another 3-4 line breaks in that second half. I think we had about 6 line breaks for the game, and we just couldn't quite put them away and capitalise, and it kept them in the game really. So ultimately, the way I saw the game was, I'm very thankful we got through, we won the game, and it could have gone either way. But I also think that when you look at it with a cool head and you know the result on tomorrow when I'm going through the game, you'll see that we absolutely dominate territory. We score 4 tries, and we have a number of other line breaks, and they score off 2 kicks. So yeah, pretty happy really. It was always going to be a clunky game, but they had like a 9 in the half, and we were obviously disjointed with our attack a little bit with the changes that we've had in there. So it's always going to be one of those gritty games really. A lot to play for. We're trying to get at the bottom 4. They're trying to get in the playoffs.
So obviously we've operated with a small squad all this season. So for Polselli and Webster Mansfield to be unavailable today, and then that reshuffle which you've had to do during the week, again for those guys that have stepped in, but also to be able to get the result when you're missing key players, again that must be something that really pleases you.
Yeah, absolutely. We're still a couple of weeks ago we had a couple of decent wins and stuff, but you can't get carried away because we're still extremely thin on the ground, and we couldn't have been any stronger in terms of personnel for a 2 or 3 week period there. But the injuries will come. We had 2 last week in a tough game at Featherstone, and the reshuffle for us is larger probably for the teams. So I'm just delighted that I thought we prepared well in the week with that disruption, and we got over the line today with that. So and that's the way it's going to be. So we'll get a closer look on those blokes, but it looks like they might be missing for a period of weeks.
Quite a game for Steek, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was good back in the back row. Obviously he went into the back row, and Ethan went into that centre, where he did really well for us in Super League last year. So I was kind of happy with that transition really. We're still pretty strong. Obviously Brandon's an out. We live in a world where there's not a lot of out and out centres out there, and we had it last year where we were manufacturing centres, weren't we, in Super League, and we've done it in previous years in Championship. And when you can get out and out centres in like Dean Farray a couple of years ago and Brandon in there, it changes the dynamic completely of your attack. So we missed him, but at the same time Ethan does a great job in there, and I thought Sid was excellent in the back row as well.
Yeah. And Tommy Porter looks interesting. He's not a good pair of hands.
He's a great kid, he's Tommy.
Very quick. In fact, with that third try, it was his. Or the second one, though, it was the speed of his hands was vital, wasn't it? There?
Yeah, Tommy's still learning, absolutely, but I think he's got a good future in the game. He's a student of the game. He works in his game all the time. He's been up north for 3 years, and whilst he's not been up there playing every single week, he's had some real good experiences at Rochdale, Swinton, and with Lee Reserves. He actually played against us at Roslin last year, our reserves, and thought he was outstanding that day as well. So it was always part of the plan to try and get Tommy back when he'd finished his university commitments. I thought he was good again today. I thought he was really solid. He's finally settling in now, although he's had some good areas in his game. He's probably not quite been at home yet with the way we're playing, and the lads have struggled to get their timing off the way he plays around the ruck as well, but I thought it was a lot smoother today.
Where's he at college?
Where he was up in Manchester.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, so we offered him a deal 3 years ago, and he said thanks, but no thanks. I want the best place for education is in Manchester.
Sure.
So it was always keep playing. We'll help you try and get involved with the club and stuff, and keep an eye on you and see you in 3 years.
And you, obviously we seem to talk about new loanees every week, but it seemed that particularly at the beginning, Okoro played a big part, didn't he?
He did, and Dan, he was really good last week. I just didn't overexpose him in terms of minutes last week, just trying to bed him into the team, and I thought Dan was really good today. His size and presence out there is obviously felt alongside Lewis, so yeah, Dan's been good. I'm really excited about Dan for this running.